Hi, this is Lourdes for HealingCrystals.com.
And I'm Tara for HealingCrystals.com.
Today we're here to talk about why crystals break and what to do with them when they break.
Right.
We get a lot of questions on that.
Mm-hmm.
And let's talk about take a minute to talk about why they break. One thing I find that happens is sometimes they just have a simple fracture in them.
Mm-hmm.
We may not see it, but they have a fracture and they break.
Mm-hmm.
It just happens.
I have that a lot. I have a lot of crystals that are chipped and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
so,
it just happens.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that happens is sometimes when they absorb too much energy from us and don't get cleaned immediately, they have a tendency to break.
Yeah.
Think of it as an explosion, and that's what happens.
It's all that energy.
Yeah, and it just breaks.
Mm-hmm.
Another thought that is quite prevalent, especially in the metaphysical community, is that crystals themselves like to split off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, their energy says, all right, it's time to become independent. We can become two strong crystals instead of one.
Right.
And that's fine because all of these make perfect sense.
No, I've also heard that some people feel that, particularly like with jewelry or something like that you just don't need the energy as much anymore.
Yes. And
because
that could be too.
I've had bracelets break on me, and bracelets are like I wore all the time, and then they just, and it's because you don't need their energy anymore, but you're just not willingly letting go. So
yes.
they're out of here anyway.
It's true. It is very true. And people ask, so what do we do with them?
Mm-hmm.
One thing I tell people, if it's too, first of all, you have to feel the crystal.
Right.
Does the crystal want to be together? Because sometimes they don't. They're very happy apart, and we're the ones who are having the issues.
Right.
So if they want to be together, you can try taping it, or you can try gluing. Depends on the crystal. See what they're comfortable with.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You can't decide for them. Let them tell you. Another option is if they're very happy split apart, use them as two separate crystals. But if it's little itty bitty pieces like this,
well, that just happened today. I have mine just keeps crumbling, but it's fine. We're very happy. So
yeah, they're very happy.
It's cool.
You can take pieces like this, and you could put them in another bowl with a lot of different crystals. And this is where I throw a lot of the broken crystals I have, like these pieces of amethyst. They just want to be with other crystals.
Yeah.
So I'm like, here, you can hang out in here. And they're being charged by this one. So they're very happy. Another option is to put them in plants.
Yes.
Because plants are very happy. I take the smaller ones and they're in my garden. They love being in the garden. And the bigger pieces love being in the dirt because it helps heal them.
I keep mine outside on my front porch. I put a lot of, like the pieces that, like for instance, I had this onyx one that broke off. And I actually, what I did was, I mean, truthfully, it was good enough. I probably could have put it all back together. But to me, like when one of my crystals break, of course I'm not happy. But I say to myself, okay, what's the purpose in this? Maybe it's so that I can put a little bit of onyx everywhere. So I can keep a piece of my car, I can keep a piece of my home, I can keep a piece of my desk at work, I can keep a piece on my front porch, I can keep a piece someplace else. So that I've still got the energy flowing, because this has just as much energy as like a large crystal does. It's not always about the size. It's about, like Lourdes said, you've got to feel your crystal. Let your crystal speak to you.
Yes.
A lot of people get upset. They think, oh, maybe the crystal is hurt, or maybe they've hurt their crystal because they dropped it. I am the clumsiest person in the world because I am so unbalanced. I was just, when we were driving here, if I turn too quick, I always think the car's flipping. Always think the car's flipping.
Really?
Because I'm just an unbalanced person.
Okay.
It's just because of the way the energy is with me. So that's why I wear a lot of grounding crystals, but I tend to drop things a lot. Like I did with this particular crystal, I dropped it. And at first I was like, oh, now I broke my pretty crystal. I really liked it. But now I can keep one in my living room window and I can keep one in my bedroom window. I haven't hurt the crystal. The crystal is fine. I'm just able to spread the energy out more.
And feel your crystal. If your crystal is hurt, you will know it.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the best things you can do for a crystal that's hurt is put it in a plant.
Absolutely. Bury it. That's where they came from.
Exactly. Bury it for a while. Now, let's say it's one of these crystals that will dissolve in water. Take it and put it in a black cloth and put it away in a drawer for like a couple of weeks, and then pull it out and see how it feels.
Right.
Then give it moonlight and sunlight too. You know, if it can't take the sunlight, then only give it like a minute of sunlight and give it more moonlight.
Well, if the crystal, if water isn't good for the crystal, I mean, you can just get like some regular dirt too, and not necessarily put it in a plant. Like, I don't have a lot of plants around my house, but what I do, I have dirt. And what I'll do is I'll put my crystals in
a bowl of dirt.
Exactly, and then just not water it, obviously. Although I wonder if I did, what might happen.
No.
All of a sudden I had visions of a crystal tree. Never mind.
That would be nice.
I know, right?
Now, another thing you could do is medicine bags. Now, can you give me that little bag you have? All right. You can take a little bag like this, or one of the ones that comes with your orders at Healing Crystals, throw in the broken pieces, and you have a medicine bag. You know, I would put in the onyx, the onyx, the amethyst I had in here that I was playing with that was broken. I would throw them all in, and I'd have a little protection kit.
Exactly.
So think about doing that. Don't cry. It broke. You can work with the crystal to make it better.
Fine. Exactly. Sometimes the energy is even stronger.
Yes, it is.
You know, to me, I mean, of course, everybody loves a perfect crystal. It looks beautiful. It looks amazing. But I always tend to go towards those crystals that are broken
or chipped,
that other people are like, oh, I don't want
that. The color is off.
Those are the ones I want. Now, I think they're going to work harder for me. I think their energy is stronger. They're fighters. They're tough. And you know what? Don't we all have some scars and some chips?
Yes.
You know, I mean, really, isn't that what you know, makes us more part of this world, and it makes us stronger? So that's my personal feeling on broken crystals.
No, but you're right.
I like them. And I will tend to work with those quicker than I will the more perfect crystals, as it will. As a matter of fact, I have like a large clear quartz that I bought. And I mean, when I got it, it had literally just come right out of the dirt. It was still covered in dirt and everything like that. And the person who sold it to me said, you know what, I could take it back to my shop, polish it all up for you and everything like that. It'll look beautiful. And I was like, no. I want it like this. This is how it came out. I feel its energy. It's very happy like it is. You know. So
please, don't fret when a crystal breaks.
No.
Think of it as a chance for you to learn and for a crystal to grow.
And listen to your crystals.
Yes.
They will speak to you, and you will intuitively know. Trust your instincts. They will never lead you wrong.
And if you're not sure, what you can simply do is just hold it, take it to bed with you, the broken piece, and ask it to give you a message in your dreams. And that's the simplest way, because many people are going to ask, I don't know what the crystal's telling me. Try that method.
There you go. FreeHealingCrystals.com. I'm Tara.
And I'm Lourdes.
Crystal blessings.
Bye-bye.